Trains and buses, games and songs, come join us and sing along. Transit Tots is where I'll be, the coolest place in NYC. Welcome to Transit Tots.
Hello everyone, welcome to Transit Tots. My name is Ben and I work at the New York Transit Museum in Brooklyn, New York, where we think about all things transportation and how we move around our cities. So today at Transit Tots, we're going to be learning a little bit more about Granville T Woods, the inventor. We'll talk about the telegraph and we'll learn some Morse code that we can use in a brand new song all about Granville T Woods and his inventions. And we'll also discover some of the musical instruments that were used in making the song as well. But before we get started, let's settle in a little bit like we usually do. Can we try maybe stretching to settle down a little bit? How about we stretch really high? Can you reach all the way up to the ceiling? How high can you go? And can you wiggle your fingers as you do it? Good. Now, let's see how wide we can stretch. Can you reach one wall? Can you reach the other wall? Can you wiggle your fingers while you do it? Good. Okay, so now that we've wiggled and stretched a little bit, we should be nice and relaxed and ready to start the show. And we'll start the show the same way we start every Transit Tots, which is by singing our hello song. So maybe you've heard the hello song before, but if you haven't, don't worry, I'll show you how it's done. We'll sing it 2 times and you can join in the second time. Okay, let's try it. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm happy, I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm happy, I hope that you are too. So previously at Transit Tots, we've learnt all about Granville T Woods, who was an inventor, and he came up with many ideas to make trains and trolleys in New York City safer to ride. And last time we had a chance to make our own version of one of his inventions called the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph, which really was kind of like a walkie-talkie for trains. But today we're going to find out just how important Granville T Woods was and discover that without him we might not have been able to build the New York City subway at all. So to find out how important Granville T Woods was, we have to go all the way back to March the 12th of 1888. And that is when the Great Blizzard of 1888 swept through New York City. Now, blizzard is when it snows really hard. And in fact, it snowed so hard and for so long that when it stopped snowing, in some places the snow was as high as 3 giraffes. Can you imagine 3 giraffes standing all on top of one another? That would be pretty tall. Now at the time, all of the power cables in New York City going to people's homes, all the phone lines and all the power lines for the trains and the trolleys, they were all overhead on big wooden poles. And of course the storm was so powerful it brought a lot of those power cables down. Which meant that after the storm there wasn't any electricity or phones and of course no trains or trolleys either. So the year after the storm there was a new young mayor in New York City called Hugh J. Grant. And Mayor Grant decided that to prevent that from happening again, he wanted to put all the power lines underneath the ground. But this was a little tricky for trains and trolleys that needed to get electricity above ground while they were moving around. But this is where Granville T Woods came to the rescue. He came up with another new invention called the electric railway conduit system, which sounds very complicated, but he actually got to first test his invention by building a roller coaster at Coney Island, which is a very fun way to test one of your inventions, I think. So Granville's idea was, instead of using 2 rails like usual for trains and trolleys, he would add a 3rd rail in the middle. And that 3rd rail would allow the trains to safely get the electricity they needed to move around without being dangerous for the people and perhaps the horses walking above ground. And in fact, this invention worked so well that Granville went on to invent another version of his 3rd rail that led to the system that we still use to power New York City subway trains today. So that's why, without Granville T Woods, it might not have been possible to build the New York City subway at all. So if you saw our last video about Granville T Woods, you'll remember that we got the chance to build our very own telegraph based on a Granville T Woods invention. And today we're going to think a little bit more about the telegraph as we learn a brand new song all about Granville and his inventions. Now, if you haven't seen that episode yet, don't worry. You can still join in with the song, and you can always go and watch the previous video later. Now, the telegraph is kind of like a simple telephone. It wasn't really good enough for you to be able to talk to people directly, but instead you needed to use something called Morse Code. And Morse Code uses different sounds, some long sounds and some short sounds, written like dots and dashes, that sound like da and dit. And when we combine those da and dits in different combinations, they make letters and numbers. So, for example, my name is Ben, as you know, and we spell Ben with the letters B, E, and N. And if we turn that into Morse code using das and dits, it becomes da, dit, dit, dit for B, dit for E, and then da, dit for N. So perhaps you can ask an adult to help you learn how you can spell your own name with Morse code. But why don't we try doing that with Granville T Woods' initials, and then we can use that in our song. So Granville T Woods' initials are G, T, and W for Granville T Woods. And when we turn that into Morse code, it becomes da, da, dit for G, da for T, and dit, da, da for W. Shall we practice that again? Da, da, dit, da, dit, da, da. And can you copy me? When I say da, I hold my hands nice and wide like this to show that it's a long sound. And when I say dit, I clap my hands together gently. Let's try it one more time. Da, da, dit, da, dit, da, da. Excellent. Okay, so we can now use that little piece of Morse code in our song all about Granville T Woods. And remember, just copy me, I'll let you know when to join in and when to sing along. Shall we try it together? Here we go. Granville T Woods, he did all that he could to improve upon safety of trains in his day. It's understood that in all likelihood you still use his inventions today. Polarized relay, the galvanic battery, incubator, air brake and the third rail, synchronous multiplex railway telegraphy, these are ideas that prevailed. And it went da 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 da. Yes, it went da 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 da. We can't talk invention if we don't make mention of someone who tried to stand in Granville's way, but he gave Thomas Edison taste of his medicine, keeping that rascal at bay. And it went da 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 da. Yes, it went da 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 da. Now one day there was a great blizzard that brought all the power lines down, but Granville was an engineering wizard and worked out a way to put all the lines underground. Granville T Woods, he did all that he could to improve upon safety of trains in his day. It's understood that in all likelihood you still use his inventions today. And it went da 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 da. Yes, it went da 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 da. And it went da 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 da. Last time. Da 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 da. So did you all enjoy our Granville T Woods song? Did you get a chance to try out the Morse code as well? Well done, everyone. So since Granville T Woods was an inventor and came up with many new machines and useful tools, I thought I'd show you some of my useful tools or musical instruments that I used to make the song. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to my tenor saxophone. And the tenor saxophone is the biggest instrument I have to show you today, and it's made from metal, a type of metal called brass. But it also has a tiny little piece of wood at the very end, and when I blow into that piece of wood, it vibrates or shakes backwards and forwards really fast, and that's what makes the sound. And when I put it all together, here's the sound that it makes. Just like that. Now the next instrument I'm going to show you is something that actually works in a very similar way, although it looks very different. This is the clarinet. And the difference is that it's made from wood instead of metal, but it works in the same way because it still has a little piece of wood at the end that makes the sound. And this is how this one sounds. So while the saxophone played the low notes, the clarinet plays some notes that are kind of in the middle. And then finally, here's my smallest instrument. So it plays the highest sounds, and this is called the flute. Now you might have heard of the flute before, maybe you haven't seen it in action, but it is playing the highest notes that you hear in the song. And it sounds like this. So there you have it, the tenor saxophone, the clarinet and the flute, some of the inventions that I used to make the song. So why don't you go back and listen to the song one more time and see if you can pick out the different sounds, the low notes of the saxophone, the high notes of the flute and the sounds of the clarinet in the middle. And of course you can join in with the Morse code one more time. So we're getting towards the end of our time together at Transit Tots for today, but that's okay because we've done a lot of cool things together today. Let's think about it. In the beginning we sang our hello song, as we always do. Then we talked a little bit about Granville T Woods, the inventor, and some of the ideas he came up with to improve the trains and trolleys in New York City and why he was so important in building the subway. We talked a little bit about the telegraph and Morse code that goes along with it. And we used Morse code to join in with a song all about Granville T Woods and to spell out his initials. And finally, we got to meet some of the musical instruments or inventions that I used to make the song. So we've covered a lot of stuff today, but I hope you'll join us again next time for more fun transit-related games, songs, activities, and more. So until next time, goodbye everyone, see you soon.
Trains and buses, games and songs, come join us.